We ain't got no defense, all we do is attack. You can score on my team, best believe we clap back. Always going forwards, we don't ever pass back. Every shot is on the money, you could call me Cash App Mo. When I use Ben Yedder, I think that I'm going pro. Defense looking frightened, you would think they saw a ghost. We don't El Tornado cross, you suckers do the most. Trying to hit elite, but we will probably just choke. What is the deal, YouTube? It's your boy, One Star Weakfoot, and we're back for another one. We're back for another episode of the Pay to Elite series, and we're starting this episode off just like we started last week's episode off on my friend's account. Here we are, and we have a La Liga team of the season, guaranteed upgrade. Oh, no. We have a La Liga team of the season, guaranteed player pack to open. Let's hope he gets something nice, because I say this every week. His pack luck hasn't been that good. His team isn't that good. So we need a massive pull. We're about to open this right now. Let's get it. Woo. I'm a little nervous for him, man. I'm a little nervous. I can't take another bad pull on his account, man. He's not gonna take it anymore. Argentina, CDM. All right, we're gonna pack Ever Banega. And yeah. Not exactly what I was hoping for. To be fair, though, he doesn't look like he has a horrible card. 5'9", medium, 4-star combination. Yeah. He does have some nice stats, though. I mean, he has high interceptions, high marking. Of course, he has the passing, the agility, the balance, and all that. But 75 stamina. How tall is he? 5'9" and 64 jumping. Eesh. That's a little scary, man. So yeah, we're going to pull Ever Banega on my friend's account. Let's get into my account. All right, so we're on my account right now. And to be honest with you, the chances of me getting screwed are pretty high. I mean, I already have Benzema, Oblak. Who's the other one I got? Parejo. All of them are untradeable on my account. So let's hope I don't get a duplicate untradeable. I'd rather take a Hermoso. I'd rather take anything except a duplicate untradeable. Let's open the pack right now. Come on, man. Is EA loving me still? Let's go. What are we going to get? What's the flag going to be? I'm nervous, man. Spain. See, oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, thank God. Woo! I thought I was getting a duplicate Parejo, but we're not. We're going to get Santi Cazorla, and you know what? I'm not mad at it, because Santi Cazorla tore his Achilles. I tore my Achilles. We have a special bond, you know, and he's a 5-star card, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yes, he is 5-star, high-low work rates. I might give this guy a go. I mean, he looks like a very fun card to use. He has the dribbling, he has the passing, the shooting, the 5-star combination. He'd probably make a nice CM or even a cam. So yeah, we're gonna get Santi Cazorla, not the worst pull in the world. He's already 93 rated. So yeah, let's get into the rest of the video. All right, so you might be wondering, yo, One Star Weakfoot, how did you do in the weekend league? What formation did you use? I'm about to tell you, all right? So number one, this is the team I used this weekend league, all right? I know it looks crazy. It's on 90 chem, but the reason why it's on 90 chem is because I've changed my team since then, so nobody's in the right position, and I didn't feel like changing it back. But these are the same players I used. And in-game, as you can see from the thumbnail, I played a 3-4-1-2 formation, and let me tell you guys something. It was a lot of fun to finally break away from the meta and use something different. Use something very attacking. So these are the custom tactics I used. I did pressure on heavy touch, 5 width, 3 depth. Because we're not trying to get caught too much on the counter. You only have 3 defenders in this formation. I played possession style because that's what I like to do offensively. I'm sure it'll work with balanced or fast buildup as well. I played on 7 width because I really want to take advantage of all the players I had in attack by giving them enough space to really have enough space to like move around and everything like that. I played 7 players in the box because what's the point of playing 3 at the back if you're not going to play attacking? If you're going to play conservative, then play a different formation. I did 5 as far as corners because I was hearing that this helps prevent you get countered on your own corner. And it did work to a degree because since all your players are in your box, all your opposition's defenders are also in your box. Everybody from both teams end up in the box. So it ends up preventing counters that way. I still did get countered once or twice, but it wasn't as bad as it normally was. So I'm going to keep it like that. Free kicks is normal. So this is how the team looked like in game, and it was very wild, all right? I had Sterling and Ben Yedder at striker. I had Silva at cam. Best and Alexander-Arnold were my wide mids. My CMs were Ballack and Goretzka. And my back three was David Luiz, Laurent Blanc, and Virgil van Dijk. And there were things I really loved about this team and formation. There were things I really hated about this team of formation. All right, so now I'm going to go over the player instructions I set on everybody. So for your two strikers, you're going to set them on get in behind. If you really want to, you could set one of them on balanced or false nine just to balance things out a little bit. At the cam position, pretty much everything's on default. But what I did do was come back on defense for the cam so that he could help out defensively, being that we only have 3 defenders. For the wide mids, they're going to be the workhorses of this formation, just like in any 3 at the back formation. So I put them all on get in behind, come back on defense, and stay wide. The CMs also did a lot of work in this formation. I put them on stay back. I mean, because you have 7 players in the box at the custom tactics, they're still going to make forward runs. So I put them both on stay back so they remember to be defensively responsible when I'm getting countered. And I put them on cover center. The center backs are on default. So now we're going to go over what players you should use for each position. So for the strikers, I think the best thing, the most ideal thing for any 2-striker formation is to use one quick small guy and one bigger guy that can win headers. It's the most balanced way to play. All right, so ideal plays for these positions obviously are, for the tall player, you can use somebody like team of the season Benzema, team of the season Jovic. And for the shorter, quicker player, obviously you can use Ben Yedder, Sterling team of the season. You can use prime icon moments, George Best. But I'm going to go over cheap options as well. For the tall striker, a cheap option or a couple cheap options you can use are any special Jovic card. There's a bunch of them and they can all play this role really well. Another cheaper card that you can use is like not informed Lewandowski. I think at this stage of the game, you can still get away with using Lewandowski in this formation in that role. For the quicker player, there's a lot of different players that are cheaper that you can use. It depends on what team you're using. But like a lot of wingers will fit this role. Even somebody like 87 Ben Yedder, a cheaper version of Ben Yedder would work here. If you want to go ultra cheap, you can use Lozano, Pepe. Anybody that has decent finishing but a lot of pace will work in this position. For the cam position, all right, ideal players you can use here. Obviously, you can use Bernardo Silva, like I said. But you're going to ideally want somebody that can have some defensive impact as well. So for the ultra cheap options, right, you can use 88 Felipe Anderson. He'd actually do really well in this formation as a cam because he does have the high work rates. He does have the defensive responsibility, and he could pass, shoot. He has the pace. Somebody like Felipe Anderson would be really good. For your wide mids, you're going to want them, in my opinion, for every 3 at the back formation, you're going to want balance. So you're going to want one winger that can play a little bit of defense. Somebody like, again, Felipe Anderson, or you're going to want a fullback that is very well-rounded. Somebody like a UCL Moments Florenzi, Alexander-Arnold. There's a lot of fullbacks on this game that fit this role. I mean, another option you can do if you could fit it on your team chem-wise is to use a very well-rounded box-to-box player. Somebody like Foot Birthday Mounier, somebody like Player of the Month Goretzka, or even just the informed Goretzka would work very well in the wide mid positions as well because they're the workhorses. You're going to want somebody ideally with medium, or high work rates because they're tracking up and down the pitch. They're going to need to have high stamina, good passing, everything like that. For your CM position, you're going to want pretty much well-rounded CMs that could also play defensively. So the perfect player, obviously, here is going to be team of the season Goretzka or a Foot Birthday Mounier. Other players you can use here, if you're more on a budget, are the 86 Party. That would be a really good card to use in this formation. He has good work rates. He can do a little bit of everything. He has good stamina, and he has good enough passing and dribbling to really hold his own in the midfield. Another good card you can use here is the 87 Witzel. He's very cheap right now. He's a good utility guy if you're not trying to spend too much. In the mid-tier, in this position, other players you can use are the team of the season Chan. Wijnaldum would be like one of the best players you can use in this position. You can use, as far as icons, Mateus, Balak, Seedorf. All those players would really play his position really well. One thing you got to make sure of, though, is that one of them, in my opinion, needs to have medium-high work rates. So I have Balak here. But you want somebody to have medium-high work rates just so when you're getting countered, you're not getting countered too hard and you don't get exposed too hard. As far as the center backs, I mean, it just pretty much is just like the other three at the back formations. You're going to want your big guy in the middle to have decent pace, but also be able to win things in the air. So I use Laurent Blanc. As far as the wide center backs, you're going to want center backs with a lot of pace, all right? I use David Luiz and Virgil van Dijk. Other players you can use are FFS Militao. He'd be perfect for a wide center back in this formation. Or there's also a lot of fullbacks that you can use in this formation. As long as they're tall enough to win headers, everything like that. So you can go ahead and let's say you have the team of the year, Versalco. He'd be perfect in this formation. Or foot birthday Kyle Walker, foot birthday Lukaku. There's a lot of cheap options you can use in this formation in the wide center back position. All right, so we're about to jump into the gameplay. I'm going to go over the pros and the cons of this formation, how I liked it, and how I finished in Weekend League. Oh yeah, I forgot to say. So, at the beginning of this episode, I'm going to be 16-10. Which is bad. This is very bad for my standards. Normally, I'm hitting gold 1 with ease. So now at the beginning of this episode, I have to literally win out in all my games to hit gold 1. Am I going to do it? You're about to find out. Let's get it. All right, so the 3-4-1-2. What do I think of the formation? I think it's a very fun formation. I think it's a great formation to use if you want to break the monotony of just using 4 at the back formations all year round. And it's a great formation to use if you like to attack, and everything like that. But I don't think it's a perfect formation, and I don't think it's the most ideal formation, obviously, to use in FUT Champs if you're trying to get your best possible finish. But I'm going to go over the pros and cons right now so you know exactly what to expect. So, as far as the pros, obviously, 3 at the back formation is very good offensively, all right? Going forward, the way it's set up with 7 players in the box, you're going to have literally 7 attackers making runs in and around your attacking third, and it's easy to overwhelm your opponent. So I find that this 3 at the back formation does work against people that you're better than because you just simply overwhelm them. And I got a lot of rage quits early in Weekend League. I mean, this Weekend League, I started off 13-5 or 14-5, I think. Whatever the case was, I started off very, very well for my standards, and I think a lot of that is just because the 3 at the back formation is very suffocating and it's very, very overwhelming if your opponent does not know how to defend you. It also works very well if you have a lot of good attackers on your team. So obviously I have a very expensive team, and I have Sterling, Ben Yedder, Silva, Best. So because of that, it becomes very hard to defend against my team, especially with all the runs they're making. So because I have 7 width on this team, I had the wide mids making runs down the flanks. I had the 2 strikers and the cam making ping pong passes in the middle, and I had the 2 CMs available for the long shot. And in smooth gameplay, I was able to dominate games offensively, and people just couldn't stop me. All right. And there were so many outlet passes to make. I could hold possession forever and ever and ever. That was not a problem with this formation at all. Most of my goals, I noticed, came from cutbacks into the box because you have the flanks, your wide midfielders in the flanks, and you have the 2 strikers and the cam. That's 5 players that are in attacking positions. And most people aren't set up to cover all those players. So what happens is your flanks end up open. So whoever your wide mids are end up making free runs into the side of the box. I normally lobbed it to them. And I did a low cross. I double tap square. And that would almost always get me a shot on target. If your opponent packs the box, though, and this isn't possible, another pass that's usually open, if you play around enough, is the pass at the top of the box. So if your CMs that you're using this formation have good long shots, you can pass it to them at the top of the box. They'll be open for a long shot. And as the first time shots are very overpowered this year, it's a very good option of scoring. So offensively, I would have to rate this formation like a 9 or 10 out of 10. It was amazing. All right, so defensively, I have to say that's where the con comes in with this formation, all right? Defensively, if you're very good at manual defending and you have a lot of quick players on your team, I feel like this formation relies on having a lot of pace in your team everywhere, you can actually defend pretty well in this formation as long as the connection is smooth. If you're able to player switch really quickly, if you're able to manually move your players back into position, and you have quick players, you're able to really suffocate the opponent out if you're able to manually press very effectively. So that's like something that can work if that's your play style. But what I hated about this formation is that when the connection wasn't smooth and I wasn't able to player switch effectively, I would get countered so quickly and I wouldn't be able to stop it. So the last 4 games of Weekend League, the ones that you're watching right now, the delay was not in my favor. I was having very delayed gameplay. It was very frustrating, and I really was pissed off at the end of it because I felt like I couldn't stop anything. If the opponent was one-touch passing and making quick passes around my box, I wouldn't be able to recover quick enough because I would only have 3 center backs back, and I wouldn't even be able to drag them in position to block the shots because the player switching wasn't working effectively. So what I gotta say about this formation is if you don't have a smooth connection every game of Weekend League, which is 99% of us, this formation will cost you defensively. And I feel like this is the reason why I missed Gold 1 this week, is because of that specific thing. The connection wasn't smooth at the end of Weekend League, and you know what? That's something we all have to adapt to. That's something we all have to deal with. But this formation made it even worse for me because it's not very responsible defensively. I ended up with 3 center backs, like I said, trying to cover more than 3 attackers, and I just couldn't move them quick enough. I ended up getting scored on, and that was just the difference. That's why I missed out on Gold 1 this week, and it is what it is. So defensively, I would have to rate this formation a 5 out of 10. It's just not very defensively sound at all. No matter how good of a defender you are, it's just very exposed. So overall, what would I rate this formation? I would say this formation is a fun formation. Offensively, it's amazing. Defensively, it does have its shortcomings. I have to say it's like a 7 out of 10. If you want to use a 3 at the back formation that's more defensively responsible and more meta, so to say, I would say go for the 3-5-2 formation. The 3-5-2 formation is a lot better, a lot more usable in Weekend League, and it won't get you as exposed on defense, being that the 3-5-2 has the CDMs, and the left mid and the right mid are further back. So if you do get countered, you will have the extra support to really support you. So yeah, that's going to be my Pay to Elite episode number. I don't even know what episode this is, but you'll see in the thumbnail. This is my Pay to Elite episode number whatever. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget that on my Twitter, you can let me know which formation you want me to try this weekend. It looks like I'm going to end up using the 4-1-2-1-2 wide. That's what a lot of people are requesting. Let me know in the comment section down below if you don't have a Twitter what you want me to use. And yeah, that's going to be my video. I'll see you guys later with another one. Deuces.